It's Monday, the weekly candle has closed, and Bitcoin is still above $90,000. This is actually pretty crazy to think about. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were trading in the 60s, and now we're in the $90,000 levels for Bitcoin, and it's just chilling there. It still kind of feels normal. There is a bit of an increased interest overall, but it's still pretty crazy. It's not like every man and his dog is talking about Bitcoin yet. So maybe we still have higher to go. Will we hit the $100,000 level? Will we smash past it? Will Bitcoin crash? Let me dive into the charts today, the weekly charts, the bigger picture, and share with you what I'm seeing. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Dirk. Subscribe to my channel, follow my page down below so you do get these future updates. And just a quick heads up that there is now less than 2 weeks left before I'm increasing the price for my VIP. The price literally doubles on December 3rd. So if you want access to all my courses, all my training, my newsletters, my monthly updates, my daily insights for charts, real-time trade ideas, everything is shared there. A private Discord group with more than 2,800 members. I'm in there every day. If you want access to all of that, it's explained exactly what's in there. The link is in the description down below. And right now, you can save 50% before the price doubles. And there is an unconditional 60-day money-back guarantee. So there's no risk to sign up. You get the saving, you have the guarantee, and you can get access to everything to be able to navigate these markets. And right now, the market is pumping. If you do anything with crypto, you need that guidance to be able to help you. And that's what I offer in VIP. So click the link, sign up, see you on the inside. Okay, so as you can see, we had a very strong weekly close here. Still at 89,860, so very high weekly close, just below 90k, but nevertheless, I mean, you can see what's been happening here. We can say this was a bull flag, and we broke out to the upside, and we are still in the process of that breakout. And the question is going to be, how high does it go? I've covered that already in other videos. We can look at all sorts of on-chain models to help us determine when tops started to happen in previous cycles. For example, the pi cycle top. We can look at the golden ratio multiplier, the cycle master, the terminal price. There's all sorts of different models. I'm not going to cover that in this video specifically. Here we're just going to assume that as long as the price is here above the 50-week moving average, which you can see in blue, which is currently at 61,000. So that's way down. As long as we're above there, this trend is still bullish, and we can hopefully expect higher. Hopefully we're going to take a run at 100,000, maybe 120,000. We'll have to wait and see what happens this week. But this looks pretty much as bullish as it can be, with the exception that we now still have this weekly bearish divergence on the RSI, which also happened in the previous cycle, and it coincided with the previous cycle top, where you can see over here, this price here made a higher high compared to May. So this was November of 2021 compared to May of 2021. And you can see that the RSI here made a lower high. So higher high in price, lower high. That is known as a divergence with the RSI, the relative strength indicator. And you can see that we have something similar here. We have a high, and now we have a higher high. But the RSI is making a lower high. So that doesn't mean that the top is right now, that things are going to top right now, but it is a warning that we are, in my opinion, getting closer. This is a weekly chart. Remember that, guys. So this can very easily continue for weeks or a couple of months before this RSI ends up playing out. So it doesn't mean that 90,000 here is the top, but the higher we continue to go, in combination with this bearish divergence, that means the closer that we get to the top. And that's why, in my opinion, I think we have a maximum of maybe until March or April. But again, that's not guaranteed. Maybe this tops somewhere in January, right? We don't know. So what we do is we're aware of this. We continue to follow the trend. The trend is your friend until the end. The trend is bullish. So we're long. I'm long on all this stuff. Bitcoin, especially altcoins. I think altcoins have the biggest upside potential, as I'll show you in this video. And we basically try and ride that up. I'm going to do my best to ride this trend as close to the top as possible and take profits along the way as it goes higher, and try and be able to catch the top as best as possible to exit all my positions, all my altcoin positions, because then after the bull is done, let's go back into bear market. Everything goes down for the next 12 months after the cycle is done. And that way, the best way to make money is number one, to have cashed out of your positions in spot. And number two, to be able to short it and make money as it goes down. Just in the same way that you can make money from altcoins on the way up, you can also profit on the way down when everything is peaked and goes all the way back down again. Now, of course, you need to understand with Bitcoin, the upside is fairly limited. Even if it goes absolutely crazy and it goes to $180,000, that is only a 2x from here. Now, that's obviously fantastic if you have hundreds of millions or billions of dollars invested and you can get a 2x on that. Absolutely amazing. But if you're like most people and you maybe have $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 to invest into crypto as risk capital, a 2x on that isn't going to change your life in any meaningful way. Let's say you have $10,000, you get a 2x. Sure, an extra $10,000 is nice, but you can't buy a new car with that. You can't buy a new house with that. You can't really do anything with an extra 10 grand. It's really not that much. So that is why if I only had $10,000, I would not be looking at Bitcoin or any of these coins that have lower potential, right? Like for example, Ethereum, even if it does a 2 or a 3x, if it goes to $10,000, it's barely a 3x. So again, if you have lower capital and you're not talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, a 2 or a 3x isn't really going to move the needle. Now, in my opinion, altcoins are looking really, really good. We got nice weekly closes. We saw some altcoins have some strong moves in this past week. Like for example, XRP had a really big move. It's done more than 100% gain. XLM, we'll take a look at that also in a bit, more than 50% in a single day. We're starting to see these altcoins wake up, which is really, really nice to see. And again, this is why I've been saying, the train has left the station. You should be in already. You should be positioned. You can't be waiting another week to get involved, especially not another month, maybe not even a couple of days, because every day that this moves, the higher that the price goes, the worse your entry gets, the less upside there is, and the more downside there is. So basically, the higher things go, the less favorable it becomes to enter. And as you may know, most retail investors, most average people who have been sitting on the sidelines, who are only starting to wake up to crypto now, they only start to get interested when it gets higher and higher and higher and higher. And the higher it goes, the worse it is, because then you become exit liquidity for the people who bought low. If you're buying in high, those people that bought low, they're selling to you. So you're making them rich while you're buying the top. You're going to end up holding the bag after it drops back down, and you get wrecked and lose your money. So I don't want that for you. That's why I'm making these videos basically every single day. So subscribe to my channel, follow my page if you are not yet doing so. So we can see Cardano has started a strong move after this long accumulation period here throughout the bear market, and basically from October 2022 to October 2024. It's a 2-year sideways period with the exception of a little pump here in March. So you can see here, the last 3 weeks have been very strong for Cardano, and I think there's still a lot of upside potential, because even though it's moved, it's already doubled in price over the last 2 to 3 weeks, you can see there's still a lot of previous higher targets compared to where it was in the previous cycle. The previous cycle had hit $3. Now, will it hit $3 again this cycle? Who knows? Nobody can say that for sure. But based on charts, it's logical that it would probably continue and take out some of the previous liquidity. So for example, this high over here, that's that first X that I made there. Or this high over here, that's the second X, $1.60. That's still a 2X from here. Maybe it takes out the Fibonacci golden pocket, which is around about over here, which is about $2. So that's almost a 2.5X from here. And who knows, maybe it does take a run at the all-time highs. We don't know for sure. But it is starting to move, and obviously, like I said, the higher it goes, the less favorable it becomes. The better entry was, 2-3 weeks ago, and you'd be up 2x right now. If you buy here, you can still get maybe a 2x, maybe a 3x, but the upside becomes less favorable. Whereas if you bought lower down, you could have gotten a 5x or a 6x for that same level. Again, so it pays to be early. That's the only way you make money. You need to buy early, buy low, and as it goes higher, you take profits and you get out, hopefully as close to the top as possible. You can just make your way through the charts. Again, something like Algorand, basically been dead for the past 2.5 years. It's still in this accumulation phase, but as the bull market continues, as more money flows into the altcoins, we will start to see coins like this also start to move. Once it breaks out of its accumulation zone, well, then hopefully, we can instantly already see and there's an inefficiency here, so maybe that becomes a target, and that is somewhere around $1.18. So that's almost a 6x already, which is obviously much nicer than just a potential 2x on Bitcoin. Again, we're looking at something like Atom, which has already moved. I talked about this last week already in some videos. You can see just 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, you could buy under $4. It's already $6 right now. Now, the previous high was $44 last cycle. We don't know if it's going to go back there again. Nobody can tell you that. If it does, obviously, that's already basically like an 8x, 7x from here. But the higher it goes, the less chance there is for upside. And it's looking to me like this is targeting probably at least these highs over here, just based on the charts, about $17. And maybe it'll take these highs here, about $32. So again, that could be a very decent amount of upside. If you get in here, $6 to 17, that's already, it's basically almost a 3x. And up to this point is almost a 5x. Now, again, that isn't super big. It's nice, but it isn't super big ROI upside. This is nice if you're working with bigger sizing, right? If you're working with hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars or tens of millions of dollars, if you get a 3 to 5x on that, that's obviously very significant. But again, if you're working with smaller capital, $10,000 or less, it's still nice to get a 5x on that. But again, that's probably still not really life-changing. It's still not going to be able to buy you a house. 50K, I mean, yeah, you can probably buy an okay car for that, depending on where you are in the world. But again, it's not really moving the needle. Where I'm talking about being able to turn $10,000 into maybe $500,000. Now that's life-changing, right? And that's what, you're not going to get those from these types of coins that are already this big. They have a large market cap. Like, it's very unlikely, never say never, but it's very unlikely that these coins that I'm sharing with you, like XRP and Cardano and Atom and coins like this, that they're going to do a 50x. Very unlikely. I mean, even some of the older coins like DIGIBYTE that are still way, way down, it went to 18 cents. If this ever goes back to the previous high, this is still, it's not even a 30x, right? It's like a 22x or something at this point in time if you were to buy right now. And if it goes all the way back to the previous one-time high, which was basically just a spike, so you would have had to catch that, otherwise you would have missed it and it went straight back down. Look, if you're looking at something like DOGE, it's trading at 37 cents. Yes, it probably goes to $1. I wouldn't think that's impossible this cycle. But even if it goes to $1, it's a 3x. So you have to think very carefully if you're coming into these markets as a new investor and you want to buy coins and you want to have that huge upside. These coins aren't going to make you super wealthy unless you're already trading with a lot of money. Like if you have $1 million in there and you make a 2 or 3x, that's obviously a very nice amount of money. But again, if you have $1,000 in there and it does a 2 or 3x, doesn't really change the needle in any way. So again, that's why you'll need to start looking at other coins with much lower market cap. I'm not going to go through these on the chart specifically. An example that I have here that I think has some potential here is Phantasma Sol. It's not on all the exchanges. It's a low market cap coin, and you can see it already went to $4 last cycle. It's at 15 cents right now, so that would be if it ever goes back up there. And again, there's no guarantee that it will, but if we're looking at that, then we're looking at a 25x. So to catch a 50x, you really need to get into like lower cap coins, like really newer coins, meme coins, newly launched coins that haven't gotten as big yet, that you need to look at. So you can head over to CoinGecko and you can sort by market cap. You can sort by these coins, you can go all the way down and you can start looking like which coins have a market cap where you could potentially see much larger moves. And you can work your way down the pages, you know, as you start going down. Anything in the hundreds of millions is very unlikely to pull like a 50x. But again, you never know. Some coins go absolutely crazy. You can see here as you work your way down, then you can start to see which coins are available here. And even this is like the third page. You can see the coins are still like 200 million. For a coin like that to do a 50x, it literally means it needs to go to 10 billion. And yes, it's possible, those things do happen, but it's far and few between. Unless it's some newly launched coin or something really blows up, you're going to be wanting to look at coins with less than a $50 million market cap. So at this point in time, that would be like on page 8 onwards, and you can start to look at coins like, for example, this one is like a meme coin, Grok, and you can start to see Wazir X. That's an old exchange token from the Wazir exchange, and you can go and look at all these different tokens. A lot of them are like older tokens with bag holders, so I wouldn't specifically like consider that any of these tokens are like amazing or anything like that, but you can work your way through the ranks like this and try and look into the coins, look at their charts, see what's available, how it looks, do your own research on these, and then you can decide like if you want to place some bets on these coins. Now, if you want a list of the coins that I've already made, I've created some few low cap gem reports where I have about 15 of these low cap coins where I did the research, I did all the write-ups in that. That's all part of my VIP. So if you join us inside there, you'll have access to those reports, and those are basically like hand-picked coins where I've personally done the research where they are those low cap coins. So again, the link is in the description down below. Those low cap gems are just a small part of what you get in VIP. You get access to my beginner's course on crypto. You get access to a full trading course that will teach you how to trade crypto, read charts, manage risk, trade even Forex and metals and stocks. It's all part of that course. It's a 60-lesson course. You get access to the Discord where I'm sharing charts and insights and updates every single day. It's all part of one package. Come and join us. The price doubles on December 3rd, which is in less than 2 weeks. So you can save 50% right now. There's a full 60-day money-back guarantee. There's no risk to you. Sign up. Worst case, you go through everything, you learn, and you decide it's not for you. You ask for a refund, you get your money back. Best case, you sign up and you make tons of money, you learn new skills, you make new friends, and it changes your life forever. It is a very no-brainer deal. If you're interested in crypto, come and join a VIP. Link in the description down below. I will see you on the inside.